Masterclass on effective goals for people with no time. When you realize that you start to do projects and face all kinds of situations by yourself, you quickly realize how competent you can be if you give a little bit of thought to your concerns. Many times, this feeling comes as a surprise, either because of our past, because of our ideas we have heard and incorporated, we end up thinking that we cannot do certain things. They are called limiting beliefs, and we will touch on that later in the course. However, the kind of thinking that you cannot do a particular action or face a specific situation limits you and makes you not feel capable. In those moments, what do you say to yourself? So many times we tend to minimize ourselves and speak negatively. It is essential to keep this in mind as our self-esteem will be significantly affected. By being able to do any project, you set your mind to your inner dialogue switch. Given a new project, you might switch your thinking towards "this looks complicated," followed by a breakdown on how it could be, and a conclusion of the type "with enough time, I could do it." This internal dialogue is very different from one of a person who says, "I am not and I will never be able to do this. I don't even know where to start." Do you see the difference? For example, Mark. He was terrified of speaking in public. Just thinking about having to talk in front of 10 people was terrifying. He even got to be physical. He was sweating, and depending on the context, he could even feel sick. However, Mark knew that to progress in his athletic shoe business, he had to learn to talk to people and be confident speaking in public. So he had a great motivation to go forward. When he thought about it, he said to himself, "Damn. Indeed, I did terribly in the past. Other times, I have become very nervous and things went very wrong. No, it's better not to do it this time." If you felt something similar, stay, because we will talk about thoughts and limitations here. Mark was basing himself on his past to decide that things were going to go wrong. He didn't think of his goal as something that he could break down into small steps and win small victories. Exercise. Try to identify an area of your life where you don't think you'll be able to achieve something. Then ask yourself, is that physically impossible? Is there anyone who has already done it? If so, be more curious and break it down into smaller goals of how you would go for it. In this exercise, we just think about it, but I encourage you to spend a few minutes challenging yourself.